that legislative matters concerning India are our own internal matters on which the Parliament of India is there to decide, and only Parliament of India is there to decide. I would also urge you that you should disregard mischievous and misleading reports on this particular issue. Friends, let's begin our conversation. The floor is open. Okay, Shikha, we start with you.
Thank you, sir, for your time, sir. Sir, the Pew Research Center's latest Global Attitude Survey has come out with very startling, explanations about how people across the world view Indians. And interestingly, countries like Bangladesh, Canada, US, which once used to have very favorable, outlook towards Indians, have also seen that there's a rise of unfavorable outlook towards Indians. So, how do we view that in the wake of this latest survey?
सर ब्रह्म प्रकाश दुबे फ्रॉम जी न्यूज़। मेरा सवाल है सर, आज पाकिस्तान के प्रधानमंत्री शहबाज शरीफ ने जो बयान दिया है खासतौर से सिंधु जल समझौते को लेकर, उन्होंने कहा है कि पानी की एक एक बूंद उनकी रेड लाइन है। तो इसको क्या भारत गंभीरता से लेता है, क्योंकि ये सीधे धमकी है भारत के लिए पाकिस्तान के प्रधानमंत्री से, या इसको फिर गीदड़ भपकी की तरह लेता है? किस तरह से भारत इसको लेता है? थैंक यू।
Ayushi.
Sir, good evening. This is Ayushi Agarwal from ANI. Sir, the Taliban is set to mark the 5th anniversary of its victory day at the Afghan embassy in New Delhi next week. This, I believe, is the first such public reception by the Taliban in India since 2021. Are Indian government officials expected to participate? And we have seen an increase in India's pragmatic engagement with the Taliban authorities in recent months. How does the government characterize the current state of India-Afghanistan relationship? Thank you.
Siddhant.
Sir, Siddhant from WION. Sir, there have been reports and assertions made by people that US was responsible for the FCRA bill to be put back into the Joint Parliamentary Committee. There have been rumors as well that J.D. Vance in this conversation raised the matter. Sergio Gore, the ambassador, has also raised this issue. If the Indian government can clarify on that.
Kadambini.
कादम्बिनी शर्मा, इंडिपेंडेंट जर्नलिस्ट। सर, व्हाइट हाउस की एक रिपोर्ट है जहां पर ट्रांसशिपमेंट स्कैम की बात कही गई है, और जिसमें स्पेसिफिकली पुणे, गुजरात, चेन्नई की बात कही गई है, जिसमें चीन के माल को इंडिया का बता के फिर यूएस भेजा जाता है और टैरिफ लॉस होता है। इस पर कोई प्रतिक्रिया?
So let's come to these questions first. First to Shikha, your question. I have not seen this survey that you are talking about. So let me come back to you once we have seen it. ब्रह्म, आपका सवाल सिंधु जल समझौते को लेके है। देखिए, सिंधु जल समझौते में जो हम लोग का सोच है, हमारा जो पक्ष है, उससे अब भली भांति बाकी है, उसमें कोई बदलाव नहीं आया है। आयुषी, regarding the victory day's reception, yes, you have seen that in the last few months and over a year now, we have had several engagements with Afghanistan. We had several ministerial visits from Afghanistan to India, and these have led to strengthening of partnership in several areas, including development cooperation, trade, connectivity. We have long-standing ties with Afghanistan, the Afghan people, and we look forward to further strengthening these ties that we have with them. Siddhant, coming to your question, as I have informed you earlier, and let me reiterate again that legislative matters concerning India are our own internal matters on which the Parliament of India is there to decide, and only Parliament of India is there to decide. I would also urge you that you should disregard mischievous and misleading reports on this particular issue. कादम्बनी, आपका सवाल जो अभी के हाल के जो रिपोर्ट आई है उस पे है, तो मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि इस मसले पे कुछ रिपोर्ट हम लोगों ने भी नहीं देखी है, आज ही सवेरे की बात है। इसको हम लोग अभी पढ़ रहे हैं, साथ ही साथ उसमें क्या क्या कुछ है उसको देख रहे हैं, और साथ ही साथ क्या कार्य प्रणाली उन्होंने इस्तेमाल किया है इसको भी हम देख रहे हैं। हमारे देश में जैसा कि जानते हैं कि हमने हमारी अपनी खुद की कानूनी व्यवस्था, चाहे कस्टम्स को लेके, रूल्स ऑफ ओरिजिन को लेके हो, चाहे निर्यात को लेके हो, वो काफ़ी मजबूत है और किसी प्रकार का कोई उल्लंघन इस मामले में होता है तो उसको हम लोग कानून, जो हमारे कानून है उसके तरीके से हम उससे निपटते हैं. So we have seen some reports on this particular matter. We would like to study the findings and the methodology that has been adopted in detail. We have, as you know, we have robust laws, procedures governing customs, rules of origin, exports of products, and any instances of violation that we have, that may be there, are dealt with in accordance with law. Uma?
Sir, good evening. I have two questions. Today you announced first tranche of the humanitarian aid to Colombia. Are you also planning to send some field doctors and other aids? And my second question is, do you have a list of confirmation of attendees for the BRICS summit?
Rishabh?
Spokesperson, good evening. Rishabh from NDTV. So two questions. First, yesterday when Norwegian Foreign Minister was in Islamabad, they in the press statement they said that they have discussed the regional issues including Jammu and Kashmir with Pakistan. How does India view this? And second, former Home Secretary who has also been Union Minister R.K. Singh has now alleged that there have been instances where Indian patrols have been blocked by Chinese in Taksing sector in Arunachal. So can MEA clarify on this issue?
Akansha?
Good evening, sir. This is Akanksha from Times Now. On Wednesday, Russian President Putin said that India is showing growing interest in cooperation on the Northern Sea route and that Moscow will work within existing maritime law. Can the MEA confirm if India is in discussions with Russia and what are the key reasons driving India's interest? Second question, sir. A 25-year-old youth from Kurukshetra was allegedly stabbed to death in Frankfurt, Germany. His family is trying to bring his body back to India. Can MEA confirm if the Indian consulate in Frankfurt is in touch and what assistance is being provided for reparation of the mortal remains? Repatriation, sorry.
Snehesh?
Good evening, spokesperson. Snehesh Philip here from the Print. Sir, Bangladesh is currently reeling under severe power shortage as well as natural gas shortage, and they have reached out to India. What is India's stand on this? Are we willing to extend help? But these are all commercial contracts. And also, is there any clarity on whether and when and if the Bangladesh Prime Minister is coming to India? Thank you.
Neeraj?
सर, नीरज न्यूज 18 इंडिया से हमारा सवाल यह है कि भारतीय उच्चायुक्त दिनेश त्रिवेदी आज बांग्लादेश लौट चुके हैं और दो आमंत्रण है बांग्लादेश के प्रधानमंत्री को. क्या कोई इसमें डेवलपमेंट हुआ है कि वो अगले हफ्ते आ सकते हैं या ब्रिक्स सम्मेलन में शामिल होंगे?
एक ही प्रकार का सवाल है. Your question is related, Gautam? Okay, then please go ahead.
Yeah, there are also. Thank you, sir. This is Gautam Lahiri. Whether Bangladesh has communicated to India that unless India extradites Sheikh Hasina, then the Prime Minister cannot come here for a bilateral visit. Is it true or is it just a mere speculation?
So, Huma, coming first to your question, we all aware the deadly earthquake that happened in Colombia. We convey our deepest condolences on the precious lives that have been lost. From our side, we have conveyed our condolences, as also we have conveyed that we stand ready to help in whatever manner we can. Today, we have sent 20 metric tons of relief material, which includes medical supplies, medical equipment, and several other items that are helpful for post-earthquake recovery. This has been dispatched, and as to whether we are going to send more, that we will come to know once we also in touch with our through our mission with the Colombian government there. And if there is any further development in regard to our assistance, I'll keep you informed. On the confirmation part, we have extended, as I told you, the invitations to several countries to participate in the BRICS summit. But as of now, I don't have an update for you to share with you in regard to the confirmations. Rishabh, your question was regarding the comment that was made by the Norwegian Foreign Minister. Let me say that the whole of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh are integral and inalienable part of India. The issue that should concern the international community are the atrocities currently being perpetrated in the illegal Pakistan occupied Kashmir and the use of Pakistan occupied Kashmir for cross-border terrorism. The other question was regarding the comments made by former Home Secretary. I have already addressed this issue in considerable detail earlier in my press briefing, and I have no further details to add to it at this stage. I would, if there are any specifics that you are looking for, I would urge you that you may contact the relevant ministries. Karsha, your question regarding comments made by the Russian side. With Russia, we have a multifaceted cooperation, of which connectivity is an important part, and we have discussions with them on this particular issues as well. I mean, the issue of connectivity as well. When we talk about economic relationship, trading engagement, commercial engagement, and other related matters. So this is something that is ongoing. The other question was regarding this young person from Kurukshetra who died in Frankfurt. So sorry to hear that, but just to let you know that I am not aware of this particular case as to where it is, but I can tell you for sure that our consulate or our embassies across the world, whenever there's an incident where an Indian national needs support in whatever manner, they are there for their welfare, for their well-being, and we will do our best as to whatever is required to help the family and see how best we can deal with this situation. Snehesh, we had a question regarding energy. You asked about energy crisis and energy requests. So as you know that we have an ongoing arrangement with Bangladesh for supply of diesel. This continues. Insofar as the additional request that you mentioned is concerned, this will be examined keeping in mind our own requirement, our refining capacity, as also the availability of diesel here in our country. You also had a question about the Bangladesh Prime Minister, as I had conveyed earlier, and this question also answers Gautam Da, your question, and Neeraj, your as well, that we have extended invitation to the Prime Minister of Bangladesh for a bilateral visit. We've also extended an invitation to the Prime Minister of Bangladesh for a visit to India for the outreach session of the BRICS summit. So these invitations have been extended, and I shall keep you updated if there is any progress in this regard. नीरज।
सर नमस्कार, मैं नीरज दुबे प्रभा साक्षी से। सर लोकसभा में नेता प्रतिपक्ष ने कल प्रधानमंत्री की हक डिप्लोमेसी का मजाक उड़ाया और भारत की विदेश नीति पर तमाम सवाल उठाए हैं। उसी मंच से एक देश की प्रधानमंत्री पर भी अमर्यादित टिप्पणी की गई, तो इस पर कुछ प्रतिक्रिया है सर?
Enjoy.
So, later this month, EM and 3 other cabinet ministers, finance and others, will be in Singapore for an important meeting. Most of it relates to closer cooperation, economic cooperation with Singapore. Now, can you give us some details on it? I think it's later this month when this roundtable happens. 4 cabinet ministers at the same time in a country is also slightly unusual.
Please.
Sir, Amity from Hindu Business Line. Sir, I just have an additional question on the White House report. So it specifically says that India, Vietnam, and Mexico, they were responsible for transshipping $67 billion worth of goods in 2025. But it does not say how much India was responsible for. So will we be reaching out to the US to find out what exactly they are alleging?
Chandrakala.
Good evening, sir. Chandrakala, Republic TV. So my question is about the recent statement coming in from Defense Minister of Pakistan. He has been pushing for an Islamic NATO. Any comment on that? What is India's assessment of the strategic objectives behind this proposal, given our Muslim neighborhood countries?
Please.
ऐसी खबरें हैं कि नेपाल के विदेश मंत्री ने वहाँ की संसद को बताया है कि नेपाल के पास 1816 के सुगौली संधि के मूल दस्तावेज नहीं हैं। तो इस पृष्ठभूमि में भारत के साथ जो सीमा विवाद है या अन्य विषय हैं, उसको लेकर के विदेश मंत्रालय क्या सोचता है, क्या इस पर उनकी प्रतिक्रिया है?
नीरज, पहला सवाल आपका। देखिए, इटली के साथ हमारे बहुत गहरे और मजबूत संबंध हैं और हम इस रिश्ते को और मजबूत करना चाहते हैं। और जहाँ तक दो देशों के बीच में मित्रता की बात है, रिश्तों की बात है, उसको एक आदरपूर्ण उसको एक दायरे में रखना ज़रूरी होता है। We have strong ties with Italy. Our ties with Italy in recent years have expanded and strengthened in every which way, and it's important that as part of diplomatic practice that we strengthen our ties, keeping in mind and being respectful of each other, and there's mutual understanding between the two sides. Srinjoy, with Singapore we have mechanism where we have several ministers participating from both sides, because that way there can be a lot more synergy in the cooperation. As you know, with Singapore we have very strong trading, economic, financial, technological ties. We have had such broad-based meeting where you have ministers from both sides earlier as well, and as and when we have the next round of the India-Singapore ministerial, the mixed ministerial roundup, where we have ministers, several ministers from both sides engaging in conversation, I shall keep you updated. Amity, on your specific question, look, on the report as to what, the report came out today morning, we are studying its findings and also the methodology. Beyond that, I don't have at present anything specific to add to what I have already said. Chandrakala, on this this pact that you are talking about, in last press briefing I have already referred and made comments on that, so please have a look as to what we have said. जहाँ तक नेपाल का सवाल है, देखिए, नेपाल और भारत के बीच में एक बहुआयामी और बहुत पुराने रिश्ते हैं, गर्मजोशी भरा रिश्ता है। हम चाहते हैं इस रिश्तों को और मजबूत करें। जहाँ तक दोनों देशों के बीच में, किसी भी देश के बीच में कुछ मसले ऐसे होते हैं जिसमें कि थोड़ी सी उसमें दूरी हो, जिसको ठीक करने की है, तो वो जो भी इस प्रकार का मसला है, वो जो हमारे द्विपक्षीय जो तंत्र हैं उसके मध्य, उसके रास्ते ये इस पे बातचीत की जाएगी। So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the close. I just answered, no? What I said was that between India and Nepal, we have a multifaceted partnership. We have a relationship which is very strong, very warm, historical in nature. We've had people-to-people ties which are unique. At the same time, when we have such relationship, such multifaceted partnership, there will be issues where people will have, which we need to sit together and discuss. And for any of those kind of issues, we have bilateral mechanisms in place, and those will be utilized for bilateral conversation. So with that, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your presence.